Kaladal, Yehovah, Hashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and others of great milestone that rule well, and salutation to the brothers outside there pushing the word in all truth and sincerity. And matter of fact, I'm just dive into the scriptures. This Proverbs chapter 11 verse 1. It says, "A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is His delight." So basically, with certain up that scripture, a false balance is an abomination, meaning that one of the things that I want basically is where it have good, it will have bad. And where it have men speaking the truth, it will have men speaking the lies. So it must have men that be speaking lies because everything is a balance, right? Because at the end of the day, it must have men that speaking lies due to the fact that the scriptures have to be played out, right? The scriptures have to be played out. Men must be speaking lies according to the scriptures, because the city people will go to get teachers because they are itching ears, right? Basically that they wouldn't have itching ears to the truth. They will have itching ears to lies, and basically it will have a teacher speaking lies. You understand? Because if it don't have that, then it's not balanced, right? Again, so I'm not sure over that. Proverbs 11 verse 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is His delight. So everything will be like on a scale. It's a balance, right? As the people say, wait have good, it have evil, because A is a balance. It must be a balance. So wait have teachers that be speaking the truth, it must have teachers that speaking lies. You understand? It must have that, right? And this Ezekiel 14 verse 9, it says, "And if the prophet be deceived when he spoke in a thing, I the Lord have deceived that prophet." So basically, if the speaking lies, is basically the Lord that do that. The Lord that set it up again, because not everybody will be speaking the truth. Because when Yahweh was walking the earth, right, and he was with the rest of the apostles, he had Pharisees and scribes, right? He had the rest of groups that was speaking against, right? They were speaking basically lies. They were hypocrites towards the word, and basically that is the same thing today. Not everybody will be speaking the truth, right? Because you have the men at GMS, which is the men that be speaking the truth day in day out, and you have IOIC, GOC, all these men that be speaking lies. So basically, it's the same thing. As I say, that no new thing underneath the sun, right? So again, so once it have men that speaking the truth, it must have men that be speaking lies. It must have that, because if it don't have that, then it wouldn't be a balance, right? It must have these churches that be set up here. Everything is basically the Lord's will, right? Because it's the Most High do that. So Ezekiel 14 verse 9 say, "And if the prophet be deceived when he had spoken a thing, I the Lord have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel." So basically, the Lord will set it up and He will get rid of it. You understand? Because in a day we had to go through, all of us had to go through the trials. You understand? I ain't saying no, because it had righteous Pharisees as well, but they know what they came out. They will come out from it, and it have men that will come out from IUIC and then will hopefully will be a elect, right? If that is the way the Most High choose to wake them up, that is the way. But you know what? The elect cannot be deceived. You understand? Again, and that is a good point there, because if everybody was speaking the truth, then how you want to know, how you will know that the elect wouldn't be deceived? Because how they will get deceived if everybody is speaking the truth? It must have somebody speaking lies, right? So you must have teachers that be speaking lies. And basically, who set it up? The Most High set it up, right? It must have teachers that be speaking lies. Everyone can't speak the truth. Not everyone can speak the truth. You must have the camps that be speaking false doctrine, speaking all these things. That will be IUIC and them, right? Because at the end of the day, it's the way out who righteous and who not righteous. So if everybody's speaking the truth, then how everything gonna be weighed out? Understand? So everybody, it must have men that be speaking lies, and we at the end of the day, we what the men at GMS do is we take we watch we watch what they're teaching, right, and we correct them on it. It's just so that we could edify the righteous that watching us. You understand? Show them classes, to show them teaching. We are younger brothers in the camp. They some saw other camps preaching on the street and they get to hear the word, but you know what? The Most High send them to us, and then through that we correct them to the right teaching. You understand? So yeah, they may be speaking lies, but we correct them. We bring out the lies and turn it into something edifying for the people, right? For the hopefully elect and the righteous. But the NID, the point is that it must have men that be speaking lies. It must have teachers that speaking lies. Because if everybody was speaking righteous, it wouldn't be a perfect balance. It wouldn't be balanced, right? There's Proverbs 16 verse 11. It says, "A just weight and balance are the Lord's. All the weight of the bag are His work." So all the weight, it doesn't matter what weight it is. All is the Most High. So if it have good, it will have bad, right? Because again, who created? Who created good and bad? The Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And that is basically a balance. It's basically a balance, right? So if you are the good teachers that be speaking the truth, right? You must have the bad teachers who be speaking lies. It must have that. Again, a perfect point. And I just to show you the spirit because it didn't run through my mind before, but there is this the spirit. If the elect had to try to get deceived, then who going to deceive them if everybody speaking the truth? How they going to get deceived? How they going to try to get deceived then? Because they can't deceive the elect, right? So the elect will hear a lie and they will know that, hey, that is a lie. But at the end of the day, it must have teachers that be speaking lies. Must be on to there's 2 Timothy 4 verse 3, right? It says, "For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears." So okay, in order to let the scripture played out, right? You must have teachers that be speaking lies, right? You must have that because it said that they wouldn't endure sound doctrine, which will be the truth. Because basically, people outside there don't like the truth, right? But in order to let the scripture be played out, not everybody can be speaking the truth. Men, it must have some that be speaking lies because they say they will. They say, "But after their own lust shall they heap teachers to themselves." Heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. So after their own lust, the things they want to do of the world, they go find teachers doing the same thing. So basically, it will have teachers. It will have men that be teaching the lust of the world. So it have men that will be speaking lies, and basically that is it. Not everyone will be speaking the truth, which we know the man that be speaking the truth day in and day out is the man of GMS, of Great Millstone. Because that the man who constantly keep on be bringing out the truth day in and day out. So that's how we know the righteous man, that the man who tell any the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. Which other camp does be doing that? You understand? Which other camp does be doing that? And I think the rest are camps, right? IUIC, GFCC, all of them. They be the teachers after they lost the will, right? So it must have men that be speaking contrary to the word. Right? It must have that. It must have false teachers. Understand? It must have a balance. So again, not everybody can be speaking the truth. Not everybody. Yeah, it will vex the spirit that hey, thing, hey. It will vex the spirit that hey, it's are men outside that are doing that, but basically they be set up from the Lord. Everything is set up from the Lord. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You can't get it from it. Again, Everything is a balance in the soul. So if it are good, it have bad. And if you are meant to be speaking the truth, you are meant to speaking lies. But you know what? We the men at GMS, what we do is, hey, we take the same classes, we come and do a video on it, and we edify the congregation, right? We edify the hopefully elect, we edify the righteous, right? We really take them on, because they died a lot. But you know what? We still take it and we edify. And that is the thing, that way the men of the Lord speaking the truth. And son, as again, we bring on everything from the scriptures. You just can't say we going off their own mind. Again, as their own loss. I see the itching ears, the itching ears, they want to hear what they want to hear, they want to do what they want to do. And again, that the men that be speaking the truth, and you're the teachers, and you're the men that be speaking lies. Because everything is our balance. Right? So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Right? Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And salutations to the brothers also there pushing the wood in all truth and sincerity. It is one of the brothers of GMS Trinidad East. My name is Roy, and until then, I say Shalom.